Have you ever wondered why so many people lose muscle as they get older, even if they still eat well? Imagine being able to stop that slow loss of strength, stay active, and even build new muscle well into your 60s, 70s, or beyond. The truth is, most people are told to drink bone broth for strong muscles, but new science shows that this may not be the best solution. There is one food, often overlooked, that works far better than bone broth for fighting sarcopenia, the age-related loss of muscle mass. And if you stay with me until the end of this video, you'll discover exactly what that food is, along with a practical way to use it daily to keep your muscles strong and healthy for life. Now let's step back for a moment. Sarcopenia is not just about looking thin or weak. It is a medical condition that reduces strength, balance, and mobility. Research shows it begins as early as age 30, and by the time someone reaches 70, they can lose up to 25–30% of their muscle mass if nothing is done. This loss doesn't just affect how you move, it also impacts metabolism, blood sugar control, and even your ability to fight illness. That's why experts consider sarcopenia one of the silent health threats of aging. And here's the surprising part: drinking bone broth, though popular, is not enough to fight it. Why is that? Bone broth contains collagen, which is good for skin and joints, but collagen protein lacks certain amino acids that your muscles urgently need. The main building blocks of muscle are essential amino acids, especially leucine. Leucine is like a switch that tells your body, start building muscle now. Without enough leucine, your muscles can't respond, no matter how much general protein you eat. And here's the shocking fact: bone broth is very low in leucine. So while it may be comforting and nutritious in some ways, it simply cannot protect you from sarcopenia or help you grow stronger muscles. The food that truly makes a difference has something bone broth doesn't: high quality, complete protein with a strong leucine content. This is why scientists are now pointing to certain foods as the real solution for maintaining and even rebuilding muscle in aging adults. When you eat these foods, your body gets the exact amino acids needed to stimulate muscle protein synthesis, the natural process that keeps your muscles firm, active, and strong. Studies published in journals like Nutrients and the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition confirm that older adults who eat enough high-quality protein, rich in leucine, can preserve muscle mass, improve strength, and reduce the risk of falls and disability. In fact, people who replace low-protein options with foods rich in leucine can even reverse some of the damage caused by sarcopenia. That's powerful evidence you cannot ignore. And here's the best part: this food is not exotic, expensive, or hard to find. You probably see it in your local grocery store every day, but maybe you've underestimated its power. It's not a supplement or a powder. It's a real, whole food that gives your body exactly what it needs to fight muscle loss naturally. Stay with me, because as we go deeper, you'll not only learn what this food is, but also how much you should eat and the best way to make it a regular part of your meals. That way, you'll know the truth about what really builds muscle and kills sarcopenia once and for all. So what is this food that science says beats bone broth when it comes to muscle health? The answer is simple: eggs. Yes, whole eggs are one of the most powerful muscle-preserving foods you can eat. They are packed with high-quality protein, and most importantly, they are rich in leucine, the amino acid that flips the muscle-building switch in your body. Unlike collagen in bone broth, egg protein is complete. That means it contains all the essential amino acids your muscles need to grow and repair, especially as you get older. Let's look at why eggs stand out. A single large egg contains about 6 grams of protein and nearly half a gram of leucine. That may sound small, but research shows that just 2 to 3 eggs can provide enough leucine to strongly activate muscle protein synthesis. And the magic is not only in the egg white, as many people think. The yolk is full of nutrients that support muscle health, like vitamin D, vitamin B12, choline, and healthy fats. Together, the whole egg works as a complete package designed by nature to nourish your body and keep muscles strong. Studies have shown this again and again. One study from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that older adults who ate whole eggs after exercise built more muscle than those who ate only the whites. Why? Because the yolk provides extra nutrients that enhance how the body uses protein. It's proof that nature designed the egg perfectly. And when you eat the whole egg, you give your body everything it needs to fight sarcopenia from multiple angles. Now, some people worry about cholesterol in eggs. For years, eggs were unfairly blamed for raising cholesterol levels, but modern research has corrected this misunderstanding. Large reviews published in respected journals confirm that eating eggs does not increase the risk of heart disease in healthy adults. In fact, the nutrients in eggs may actually protect heart health. That means you can enjoy eggs daily without fear, while knowing that every bite helps protect your muscles. But the power of eggs doesn't stop at protein. They also contain antioxidants like lutein and zeaxanthin, which protect your eyes, and nutrients like selenium that support immunity. When you think about aging well, it's not just about muscles, it's about overall resilience, and eggs provide exactly that. Here's something else interesting. Eggs are one of the most affordable sources of high-quality protein available. Compare them to protein powders, fancy supplements, or expensive meats, and you'll see that eggs give you the best return for your money. For just a few cents per egg, you can access one of the most research-backed foods for preserving muscle mass and preventing sarcopenia. So how many eggs should you eat? Experts generally recommend that older adults aim for 25 to 30 grams of high-quality protein at each meal to stimulate muscle growth. That would mean around 3 eggs paired with other protein-rich foods like beans, fish, or Greek yogurt. The key is consistency. Eating eggs once in a while won't change much, but making them a regular part of your meals creates steady support for your muscles. Think about it this way. Every time you eat eggs, you're sending your body a message. Keep building, keep repairing, stay strong. And that's exactly the signal your body needs as you age. While bone broth may give comfort, eggs give power. They are a simple, everyday food that science shows can truly change the way your muscles age. While eggs are one of the best foods to fight sarcopenia, they are not the only option. Your body thrives when it receives a variety of high-quality proteins, each bringing its own benefits. Understanding how eggs compare with other protein-rich foods will help you create balanced meals that keep your muscles strong every single day. The most important factor to look for in any food is not just the amount of protein, but the quality of that protein and how much leucine it delivers. Dairy foods, for example, are another powerhouse. Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, and milk are rich in complete protein and also provide calcium and vitamin D, both essential for bone strength. What makes dairy especially interesting is its content of whey protein, which is rapidly digested and high in leucine. That's why athletes often rely on whey shakes after training. It quickly tells the body to start repairing and building muscle. For older adults, having a cup of Greek yogurt with breakfast or a glass of milk in the evening can provide the same anabolic signal that helps prevent muscle breakdown. Lean meats such as chicken and turkey also deserve attention. They provide concentrated amounts of protein with high levels of leucine and very little fat when prepared in healthy ways. A single portion of chicken breast, for instance, can give you over 25 grams of protein, more than enough to trigger muscle synthesis when combined with other foods. Red meat, such as beef, has similar benefits, but it should be eaten in moderation. The advantage of lean meats is not only their protein content, but also micronutrients like iron, zinc, and B vitamins, which play a role in energy and muscle function. Fish is another critical food for maintaining muscle as you age. Beyond its protein content, fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, and sardines provide omega-3 fatty acids. Research has shown that omega-3s can actually improve the way your muscles respond to protein, enhancing the muscle building process. In fact, studies have found that older adults who eat fish regularly gain more muscle strength than those who rely only on protein without omega-3s. This makes fish a double win. Great protein plus healthy fats that boost muscle response. Plant-based proteins should not be overlooked either. beans, lentils, chickpeas, and tofu all provide protein and fiber, which supports digestion and heart health. While plant proteins often contain lower amounts of leucine compared to animal sources, combining them in smart ways can make them highly effective. For instance, eating rice with beans or pairing lentils with whole grains creates a complete amino acid profile. Soy protein, found in tofu and tempeh, is especially effective because it is closer to animal protein in quality. For people who prefer more plant-based eating, being mindful of leucine-rich combinations is key. Comparing all these foods to bone broth makes the difference clear. Bone broth may have trace amounts of protein, but it lacks both quantity and quality when it comes to fighting sarcopenia. On the other hand, eggs, dairy, lean meats, fish, and legumes provide real muscle-building power, backed by decades of clinical research. They not only help you maintain muscle, but also support your overall health, from stronger bones to better energy and immunity. The real strategy, then, is not to rely on just one food, but to build meals that combine these high-quality proteins across the day. Remember, your body can only use so much protein at once for muscle repair. Eating small amounts of protein here and there is not as effective as having 25 to 30 grams in a single meal. By combining eggs at breakfast, dairy or legumes at lunch, and fish or lean meat at dinner, you can give your muscles the steady support they need to resist sarcopenia and stay strong for years to come. One of the most common mistakes people make when trying to protect their muscles is not eating enough protein throughout the day. Many older adults still follow eating habits formed years ago, where protein is often concentrated in just one meal, usually dinner. But research shows that spreading protein intake evenly across all meals is far more effective in fighting sarcopenia. Your muscles need regular stimulation to keep building and repairing, and that only happens when you give them enough high-quality protein every few hours. So how much protein does the body really need? While the basic dietary guidelines suggest about 0.8 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight per day, this amount is meant to prevent deficiency, not to build or preserve muscle. For older adults, experts recommend a higher range, closer to 1.2 to 1.6 grams per kilogram of body weight. That means a person weighing 70 kilograms or about 154 pounds should aim for 85 to 110 grams of protein each day to maintain muscle mass. This is nearly double the old guideline, but it reflects what science now understands about aging muscles. Even more important than the total amount is the distribution. Studies show that muscle protein synthesis, the process of building new muscle, is maximized when you consume about 25 to 30 grams of high-quality protein in one sitting. This is sometimes called the anabolic threshold. Eating less than that may not provide enough leucine to switch on the muscle-building response, while eating far more at once doesn't give additional benefits, since the body can't use unlimited amounts at a time. Think about a typical day. Many people start with a breakfast of toast, cereal, or tea, which might only provide 5 or 6 grams of protein. Lunch may include some vegetables and rice, with perhaps a small serving of meat, adding 15 or 20 grams. Then at dinner, a larger portion of protein might be eaten, such as chicken or fish, giving 40 or 50 grams. While the total could add up, most of the day's protein is loaded into just one meal. This uneven pattern leaves long gaps when the muscles receive no real stimulus to grow. A smarter approach is to build every meal around protein. For breakfast, 3 eggs with a slice of whole grain toast or a bowl of Greek yogurt with nuts can easily provide 25 grams of protein. For lunch, a serving of fish, beans with rice, or lean chicken in a salad can deliver another 25 to 30 grams. Dinner can again focus on lean meat, tofu, or cottage cheese for another strong dose. By the end of the day, you've not only reached the recommended intake, but also triggered muscle growth at least 3 separate times. This pattern is proven to be far more effective than saving it all for one meal. Snacks can also play a role. A glass of milk, a handful of nuts, or a protein-rich smoothie between meals can help keep levels steady. But the real key is making sure the major meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, each meet the threshold needed to fight sarcopenia. This habit alone can transform the way your body responds to aging. When you look at it this way, Protecting muscle doesn't come from one big effort, but from consistent daily choices. Every meal is a chance to send the right signal to your muscles. With the right amount of protein at the right time, you're not just slowing muscle loss. You're actively building strength, stability, and resilience for the years ahead. Protein by itself is powerful, but the real magic happens when you combine it with movement. Your muscles respond best when they get two signals at the same time, one from nutrition and one from resistance activity. Think of protein as the building blocks and exercise as the blueprint that tells your body where to place those blocks. Without exercise, protein may still help, but its impact is much smaller. With exercise, especially resistance training, the effect multiplies. Resistance training doesn't have to mean heavy weightlifting or complicated gym machines. It simply refers to any activity that makes your muscles push or pull against resistance. This can be lifting dumbbells, using resistance bands, or even doing bodyweight exercises like squats, push-ups, and lunges. For older adults, it can also include functional moves like standing up from a chair repeatedly, carrying groceries, or climbing stairs. These movements tell your body, "One needs stronger muscles here." And when combined with enough protein, the body responds by building them up. Scientific studies have made this clear. Research published in the journals of gerontology found that older adults who practiced resistance training at least twice a week and consumed adequate protein gained significantly more muscle mass and strength than those who only did one or the other. Another study in aging research reviews showed that even people in their 80s and 90s could build new muscle when they combined high-quality protein with regular resistance training. This proves it is never too late to start. The way protein and exercise interact is fascinating. Exercise makes your muscle cells more sensitive to protein. That means after a workout, even a moderate amount of leucine, rich protein triggers a bigger muscle building response than it would without exercise. This is often called the anabolic window. While the old idea was that you had to eat protein within 30 minutes of finishing exercise, we now know that the window is much wider, several hours. Still, having a protein-rich meal soon after resistance activity ensures your muscles get the best support for growth and repair. Let's imagine a simple routine. You start your day with a protein-packed breakfast like eggs or Greek yogurt. Later in the morning, you do a short 20-minute session of bodyweight exercises, squats, modified push-ups, or resistance band rows. Afterward, you eat a balanced lunch with fish or beans. What you've just done is give your muscles two strong signals. The workout told them they need to grow, and the protein provided the raw material to make it happen. This combination, repeated several times a week, can transform muscle health, balance, and energy levels. It's also worth noting that resistance training does more than just fight sarcopenia. It improves bone density, which lowers the risk of fractures, enhances insulin sensitivity to help control blood sugar, and boosts metabolism so your body burns calories more efficiently. Together with protein, it creates a foundation for healthy aging that no supplement or single food could achieve alone. The best part is you don't need to spend hours in the gym. Research shows that 2 to 3 sessions of resistance training per week, lasting 20 to 40 minutes each, are enough to make a measurable difference in strength and muscle size when combined with the right diet. Consistency matters more than intensity. Over time, these small sessions add up to huge benefits. When you think of muscle as the engine of your body, it makes sense. Protein fuels the engine, and exercise keeps it running. Without both, the engine slows down. With both, it stays powerful, helping you move through life with confidence, energy, and independence. While protein and resistance training form the foundation for fighting sarcopenia, your body also depends on a range of other nutrients to keep muscles strong and functioning well. Muscles are not just made of protein. They require vitamins, minerals, and healthy fats that support contraction, energy production, and recovery. Without these supporting nutrients, even the best protein-rich diet and exercise routine cannot deliver their full benefits. One of the most important nutrients for muscle strength is vitamin D. This vitamin acts like a hormone in the body, helping regulate calcium and phosphorus, which are essential for both bones and muscles. Low vitamin D levels are strongly linked with muscle weakness, poor balance, and an increased risk of falls in older adults. Since vitamin D deficiency is common, especially in people who spend little time outdoors, paying attention to this nutrient is critical. Foods like eggs, salmon, and fortified dairy provide vitamin D, but sunlight exposure also plays a big role. Just 10 to 20 minutes of safe sun exposure a few times a week can help maintain healthy levels, though some people may still need supplements if their levels remain low. Calcium is another key player. While often thought of as a bone nutrient, calcium also helps muscles contract and relax properly. Without enough calcium, muscle function can suffer, leading to cramps or weakness. Dairy foods, leafy greens, almonds, and fortified plant milks are good ways to ensure you get enough calcium each day. Together with vitamin D, calcium creates a strong foundation for both bones and muscles to work in harmony. Magnesium is equally important but often overlooked. This mineral supports more than 300 chemical reactions in the body, including those involved in energy production and muscle performance. Low magnesium can contribute to fatigue, weakness, and slower recovery after exercise. Nuts, seeds, beans, and whole grains are excellent natural sources. For muscle health, magnesium ensures that the energy created from food is available for movement and repair. Another nutrient that has gained attention is omega-3 fatty acids, found in fatty fish like salmon, sardines, and mackerel, as well as in flax seeds and walnuts. Omega-3s reduce inflammation and improve how muscles respond to protein. Research shows that older adults who consume omega-3s regularly gain more muscle strength compared to those who do not. This effect makes omega-3s a valuable companion to high-quality protein, amplifying the signals that tell muscles to grow. B vitamins also deserve mention, especially B12. This vitamin plays a role in nerve function and the production of red blood cells, which carry oxygen to muscles. Deficiency in B12 can lead to fatigue, weakness, and difficulty with coordination. Because B12 is mostly found in animal foods such as eggs, fish, and dairy, people following plant-based diets need to be mindful and may require fortified foods or supplements to maintain healthy levels. Finally, antioxidants like vitamin C and vitamin E help muscles recover by reducing oxidative stress. As muscles contract and generate energy, they also produce free radicals, which can damage cells if left unchecked. Antioxidants act as a protective shield, allowing the muscles to repair and rebuild more efficiently. Fruits, vegetables, nuts, and seeds are excellent sources that should be part of every meal. When you combine protein with these supportive nutrients, the effect is powerful. Protein provides the raw materials for muscle growth. Resistance training sends the signal to build, and vitamins, minerals, and healthy fats keep the whole system functioning smoothly. It is this combination, fuel, signal, and support, that gives the best protection against sarcopenia. Every nutrient has its role, and when they all come together, the body has everything it needs to stay strong, mobile, and resilient through the aging process. Nutrition and exercise are powerful tools, but they are not the only factors that decide whether your muscles stay strong or waste away with age. Lifestyle choices play a huge role in how your body responds to protein and training. 3 areas are especially important: sleep, hydration, and stress management. These are often overlooked, yet they can make or break your progress in fighting sarcopenia. Let's start with sleep. Muscles don't grow while you are exercising. They grow while you are resting. During deep sleep, the body releases growth hormone, which stimulates tissue repair and muscle building. If you consistently get less than 7 hours of quality sleep, your body struggles to recover. Studies published in Sleep Medicine Reviews have shown that poor sleep lowers muscle strength, reduces protein synthesis, and even increases the risk of falls in older adults. On the other hand, sleeping well helps you get the full benefit from every gram of protein and every workout you do. Creating a bedtime routine, keeping your room dark and cool, and avoiding caffeine late in the day are simple ways to improve sleep quality. Hydration is just as vital. Muscles are nearly 75% water, and even mild dehydration can impair performance and slow recovery. When the body lacks water, blood flow to muscles decreases, meaning less oxygen and fewer nutrients reach the tissue. This reduces endurance and makes muscles more prone to fatigue. Research in sports physiology has shown that staying hydrated improves strength and reduces the risk of injury. For older adults, this is particularly important because the sense of thirst becomes weaker with age, leading many people to drink less water than they need. Aiming for 6 to 8 glasses of water a day, along with hydrating foods like fruits and vegetables, is a safe way to keep muscles functioning at their best. Stress is another silent enemy of muscle health. When you are under constant stress, your body produces high levels of cortisol, a hormone that breaks down muscle tissue to release energy. Over time, elevated cortisol can lead to faster muscle loss, weaker bones, and more fat storage, especially around the abdomen. Managing stress, then, is not just about peace of mind. It directly protects your muscles. Practices like deep breathing, meditation, gentle stretching, or simply taking a walk outdoors can help lower cortisol. Even enjoyable hobbies and time spent with loved ones create a calming effect that benefits both mind and body. These lifestyle habits also work together. For example, poor sleep increases stress levels and raises cortisol, which then worsens muscle breakdown. Dehydration can also affect sleep, making it harder to rest. On the other hand, staying hydrated, managing stress, and getting enough rest reinforce each other to create an environment where your muscles can thrive. It shows that sarcopenia is not only about what you eat, but also about how you live day to day. The good news is that making improvements in these areas doesn't require drastic change. Simple, consistent habits make the difference. Going to bed and waking up at the same time every day, carrying a water bottle to remind yourself to drink, and setting aside a few minutes daily for relaxation are all achievable steps. Over time, these practices add up, giving your muscles the support they need to stay strong, energized, and resilient. Think of it as a three-legged stool. Protein and exercise form 2 legs, but without sleep, hydration, and stress balance, the stool tips over. When all 3 legs are strong, your body has the stability it needs to resist sarcopenia and maintain independence well into later years. Even with the right information available, many people still make common mistakes that weaken their efforts to fight sarcopenia. These mistakes often come from old myths, incomplete advice, or habits that feel harmless but actually slow down muscle growth. By recognizing these pitfalls, you can avoid them and make every effort count. One of the biggest mistakes is relying too heavily on collagen-rich foods like bone broth, thinking they build muscle. As explained earlier, collagen lacks the essential amino acids needed for muscle protein synthesis. While it may help joints and skin, it simply doesn't provide what muscles require. Believing bone broth alone can prevent sarcopenia leaves people vulnerable to muscle loss because they miss out on leucine-rich proteins like eggs, dairy, fish, and lean meat. Another mistake is eating too little protein overall. Many adults underestimate how much protein they actually need. Skipping protein at breakfast or lunch and saving it all for dinner is very common, but as we've seen, this doesn't trigger muscle growth effectively. The body needs steady, balanced amounts across the day. If you only give muscles 1 chance to grow instead of 3, you're missing out on 2/3 of the possible benefit. Some people also fall into the trap of avoiding certain foods out of fear. Eggs were once blamed for cholesterol problems, and red meat is often viewed negatively. While moderation is important, completely cutting out these nutrient-rich foods without good reason can reduce your protein quality and variety. The science now shows that eggs are safe and beneficial, and lean cuts of red meat, eaten in balance with fish and plant proteins, can contribute valuable nutrients like iron and B12. Avoiding them entirely can leave gaps in your diet that make sarcopenia harder to fight. Exercise mistakes are also very common. Many older adults believe that only walking or light cardio is enough. While these activities are excellent for heart health and mobility, they do little to stimulate new muscle growth. Without resistance training, movements that challenge the muscles, sarcopenia cannot be stopped. Another mistake is training too hard without enough recovery. Overexertion without rest increases the risk of injury, which may cause someone to stop exercising altogether. The solution is balance. Consistent resistance activity at a level that challenges the muscles but still allows recovery. Lifestyle mistakes also play a role. Skipping sleep, ignoring hydration, or living with constant stress all weaken the body's ability to use protein effectively. It's easy to overlook these factors because they don't seem directly related to muscles, but they silently chip away at your progress. For example, even if you eat enough protein and exercise regularly, poor sleep can still blunt your muscle building response by lowering growth hormone levels. Another mistake is relying too much on supplements instead of whole foods. While protein powders, amino acid drinks, and vitamins can be useful in certain cases, they are not magic solutions. Whole foods provide a broader range of nutrients that work together in ways supplements cannot fully copy. For instance, the yolk of an egg contains not only protein but also vitamin D, choline, and healthy fats that enhance muscle function. Supplements may fill small gaps, but they cannot replace a solid diet. The final mistake is waiting too long to start. Many people think muscle loss is just part of aging and cannot be stopped, so they delay taking action until weakness, falls, or fatigue force them to. By then, recovery is harder, though still possible. The truth is, the earlier you start eating enough protein, doing resistance activity, and caring for sleep and stress, the easier it is to maintain strength. Prevention is always more effective than correction. Avoiding these mistakes creates a clear path forward. By focusing on the right foods, the right exercise, and the right lifestyle habits, you give your body the best chance to resist sarcopenia. Every choice matters, and avoiding these common errors ensures your efforts lead to lasting results. The real challenge in fighting sarcopenia is not just knowing what to do. It's putting it into practice every single day. Lasting results come from habits that are realistic and sustainable, not extreme changes that are hard to maintain. By creating simple strategies around meals, exercise, and lifestyle, you can make muscle health a natural part of your daily routine without feeling overwhelmed. Start with food planning. Instead of wondering at each meal whether you're getting enough protein, build your plate around it. For breakfast, decide in advance to always include a strong protein source like eggs, Greek yogurt, or cottage cheese. Add fruit or whole grains around it, but make protein the centerpiece. At lunch, think of protein first again, whether it's chicken, fish, beans, or lentils, and then add vegetables and healthy fats. Dinner can follow the same rule. By making protein the anchor of every meal, you ensure your muscles get what they need 3 times a day without complicated tracking. Batch cooking can make this even easier. Preparing boiled eggs, grilled chicken, or a pot of lentils at the start of the week gives you ready-to-use protein options. That way, when life gets busy, you don't have to fall back on low-protein meals. Keeping simple snacks on hand, like nuts, yogurt, or cheese sticks, also helps you stay on track between meals. These little preparations turn healthy eating from a chore into a habit. For exercise, the key is to make it consistent and enjoyable. You don't need hours in a gym or heavy equipment at home. Bodyweight movements like squats, wall push-ups, or step-ups can be done in your living room. Resistance bands are inexpensive and portable, yet highly effective for strengthening arms, legs, and back muscles. Aim for short sessions, 20 to 30 minutes, 2 or 3 times a week. Linking them to something you already do, such as exercising right after breakfast or before dinner, helps the routine stick. Adding activity into daily life also makes a big difference. Carrying groceries, taking stairs instead of elevators, gardening, or playing with grandchildren all challenge muscles in natural ways. These small choices accumulate, giving your muscles regular stimulation beyond formal exercise. Remember, the body doesn't know whether you're lifting a dumbbell or a shopping bag. It just responds to resistance. Lifestyle habits like sleep, hydration, and stress management can also be built into daily rhythm. Setting a fixed bedtime and creating a when-down routine helps your body recognize when it's time to rest. Keeping a water bottle nearby is a simple reminder to stay hydrated. For stress, even 5 minutes of deep breathing, gentle stretching, or stepping outside for fresh air can calm your system and lower cortisol. These small actions don't take much time, but they create the environment your muscles need to recover and grow. Accountability makes habits even stronger. Tracking progress in a simple notebook, joining a walking group, or sharing goals with a friend can keep you motivated. Celebrating small wins, like adding one extra push-up or eating protein at every meal for a week, builds confidence and keeps you moving forward. The beauty of these strategies is that they fit into real life. They don't require drastic diets, expensive supplements, or complicated routines. Instead, they are steady, practical actions that accumulate over time. And that's exactly how muscle strength is preserved. Through consistent effort, not one-time fixes. By turning these steps into daily habits, you create a lifestyle that naturally resists sarcopenia and supports long-term vitality. We've come a long way in uncovering the truth about muscle health and aging. What started with a simple question, why do so many people lose strength as they grow older, has led us to a clear and powerful answer. Sarcopenia is not an unstoppable part of aging. It is a condition that can be slowed, prevented, and even reversed with the right approach. Forget relying on bone broth or outdated myths. The real solution lies in high-quality protein, especially leucine-rich foods like eggs, combined with resistance activity, balanced nutrition, and smart lifestyle choices. Think back to the foundation we built. Protein is the raw material, but not all protein is equal. Bone broth may comfort, but eggs, dairy, lean meats, fish, and legumes actually deliver the amino acids that flip on the muscle-building switch. Pairing those foods with consistent resistance training tells your body exactly where to use that protein. Add in supportive nutrients like vitamin D, calcium, magnesium, and omega-3s, and the muscle system works smoothly. Surround all of this with proper sleep, hydration, and stress balance, and you've created the perfect environment for strength to thrive. The message is simple but powerful. Your muscles are not doomed to fade away with age. They are waiting for the right signals and the right fuel. Every meal is a chance to give your body what it needs. Every time you move, lift, or push against resistance, you're telling your body to grow. Every night of good sleep, every glass of water, every moment of calm, these are all small victories that build a bigger future of strength and independence. It's easy to think of aging only in terms of decline, but the truth is, your body is always capable of adapting. Science has shown that even people in their 70s, 80s, and 90s can build new muscle when they give their bodies the right tools. That means it's never too late to start. Whether you've been active your whole life or you're just beginning to pay attention to muscle health, the path forward is the same. Small, consistent steps make the difference. Now picture your future. Imagine climbing stairs with ease, carrying groceries without strain, playing with grandchildren, or traveling without worrying about weakness or falls. These are not just dreams, they are real outcomes of protecting your muscles today. By eating the right foods, training your body, and caring for your lifestyle, you're not just adding years to your life, but life to your years. Sarcopenia may be a silent enemy, but you now have the tools to fight it. Eggs and other protein-rich foods, resistance training, key nutrients, and supportive habits, all of these form your defense. The choice is in your hands. Every bite, every movement, every decision shapes the way your muscles age. Start today, stay consistent, and watch your body respond. Strength is not just for the young. Strength belongs to anyone willing to build it. And with the knowledge you now have, you are ready to protect your muscles, preserve your independence, and prove that aging can be powerful.